Renee Knorr, model, creative director, founder of Global Women Wealth Warriors, Wellness Hub, and GW3 magazine. I dedicated my life and devoted my career into helping women and girls to achieving their goals. I've been passionate about empowering women and enriching men. This opportunity in working with the Global Women Wealth Warriors have afforded me the pleasure of traveling outside of the country to be a support unit, most importantly, to help impact and change lives. Our ultimate purpose is to help others to become whole from finance, spiritual, mental, as well as physical. We know there are challenges and obstacles to get you to the next level. However, it's time for you to level up, boss up, and welcome to Power to Soar. And welcome everyone to the GW3 Live as our Lunch and Soar. And we're so excited to be here with you all. Today's a great day. Not only is it Tuesday, it's all about gratitude. And we're so grateful to have our Tuesday gratitude days. We always look for ways of either empowering, impacting, whether it's differences or just really recognizing different organizations. And for those who may not know, I'm Renee Knorr. You know, not only we're live right there in the clubhouse, we're also live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook, as well as 2 outlets on our Facebook. So guys, make sure you put some love and some hearts in the chat. If you haven't already subscribed to the GW3 or the Global Women Wealth Warriors pages, we encourage you guys to do so. That's the way to get in contact with us, as well as that's a way that you guys can stay informed of what is taking place. Today, we have a powerful day. We're preparing for not only to have Nicholas House with us for our live interview today, but we're also preparing for those who may be in transition. You know, whether you are at home, whether you're into housing or also rental, we're looking for those who may be going through transition. That's right, those who are going through transition. But what I want to do, guys, I love sharing the stage. If you'd like to join us right there in the clubhouse, go ahead on and click on the link at the top, and then that way you can actually view this segment being live right now. I would love for you to join us because you're going to be seeing some incredible hearing some voices, but also meeting some incredible individuals. Our first person that I'd like to bring up to the stage with us, not only is she's one of our GW3 Global Society cheerleaders, but she's also like our mayor for this community. She's truly a voice in the community. She takes ownership when it comes down to bridging relationships as well as nurturing relationships as well. So let's welcome up our very own Miss Lolita Anderson to the stage. Miss Lolita, I would want to call you Dr. Lolita.
Oh no, it's Lolita.
I'm really getting ready to call you Dr. Lolita Anderson. How are you doing, sunshine? You look beautiful.
You already know we champions winning on purpose.
Yes, champions winning on purpose. Can you turn your volume up just a little bit, yes, Lolita, because it sounds just like it's low, just a little bit.
How about that?
Awesome. I just want to make sure if everybody in the clubhouse, if you guys can hear Lolita very well, go ahead on and put some hearts in the chat. And also, if not, definitely tune into the link up at the top and you can watch us live. Oh my goodness. Look at those beautiful cheeks. I just want to squeeze them, young lady.
Oh my goodness. Now, yes, Renee, I got a surprise for you on this side.
Say it again.
I do. I made a property that I'm partnering with here in Atlanta with Integral. And I happened to pop in at one of the properties at Capital Gateway, phenomenal management company here in Atlanta. And I have 2 of the amazing, beautiful leaders here. And one of them I've known for, 2 decades. And we look amazing.
Oh my God.
So they're here. I just want them to say hi to us real quick.
Oh, hi.
Very good. Now, I'm going to have to move my car. I'm going to go down in the galley for just a second because I got to move my car. Okay. But I will be right back. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely,
All right,
absolutely.
guys, I will be back. Your girl is here. Thank you.
I love it. Well, you know that was Lolita Anderson. She'll be right back with us, guys. You know what today is all about is not only connecting relationships, but also gratitude. You know, we're very, very big on gratitude. If you are big on gratitude as well, somebody please put some green hearts in the chat. If you're truly big on gratitude, I know Lolita Anderson is going to be coming back. And when Lolita Anderson comes back, we're going to be welcoming our very own special guest, Miss Carla Wells. Miss Carla Wells is going to be representing, sorry about that. She's going to be representing Nicholas House today. And, you know, as it stands right now, I want to know, put in the chat, what are you grateful for? Blow up the chat also on the Instagram, on YouTube, as well as even right here on the Facebook. I want to know, we want to know, what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? If you're in the clubhouse right now and you want to pour into the conversation, what are you grateful for? Place it in the chat as well. I like to read for those who are in there right now to see what is it you're grateful for. I know one of the greatest things that we're grateful for, not only we're grateful for platforms like this, but we're grateful also for the Nicholas House, guys. Nicholas House is doing some incredible things right across the globe. And one of the things we're grateful for, that they're helping families, that's right, families, to provide funding. And you're going to learn more about what they are doing, how they're impacting the community. And I'm looking so forward to the interview with Miss Carla Wells. But before we do that, let's see what you're grateful for. Let's see. We got Miss Carla and Miss Carrie is in the house. Miss Carrie, what are you grateful for, sunshine? You're grateful for life. She's grateful for breath, joy, and peace. That's right. I just love that, Carla. And then we also have Miss Joy, who was in with us. Miss Joy, please put in the chat, what are you grateful for as well? You know, guys, when we think about it, we are all we all should be grateful for life. Live. Can someone put it on the chat if you're on the clubhouse, if you're also right here on the YouTube channel, life? Because if we realize life has been moving pretty fast lately, and what I've been able to notice, guys, a lot of our friends are passing off way too soon, way too soon. So not only we are here realizing that I think what's taking place right now from mental health awareness. Mental health awareness is at this ultimate high right now, guys. So I want you to make sure you're reaching out, you are contacting, making those phone calls, reassuring and giving others, you know, not only enrichment, but also giving them words of encouragement, because we know sometimes it gets a little hard, right? It gets a little hard out there. And just let people know that they're not alone. And I'm grateful with the Global Women Wealth Warriors Society that we're not alone this afternoon for the Lunch and Soar. Here we are getting ready to have a powerful conversation. We're welcoming back our very own Lolita Anderson. And in addition to that, we're going to be bringing up our special guest, Miss Carla Wells. Miss Carla Wells is recognizing and representing not only with the authority that's right here in the Atlanta area, the Nicholas House, but also she's a businesswoman. She's a leader in the community. And it just brings me pride, joy to bring both of these beautiful, phenomenal women up to the center stage. Lolita Anderson and Miss Carla Wells. Hi guys, how you all doing today?
Absolutely fantastic. And Renee, thank you so much for this opportunity. Oh, it just warms my heart to actually see you, and hopefully I get to meet you in person one day. Lolita has been sharing with me for years the wonderful work that you're also doing in the community and making a tremendous impact. So again, it's really an honor to be on your platform. And just to share a little bit about myself and the Nicholas House. So I really appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Well, you know, we're like sisters here, ladies. Okay. We just been waiting for that opportunity to Miss Lolita to bring us all together. And you
Yes,
know how she does it. She's a catalyst in the community. And I
absolutely.
truly love what she stands for, how she moves, because you know she got a certain type of swagger. that Lolita Anderson does. You know, we always look at her
Absolutely.
as our mayor. Okay, Carla, she's our mayor.
Rightfully so. Rightfully keys not only to the city but to the state. So I totally agree.
Oh, yeah,
Totally
you all
agree.
are way too kind. How are you, Carla?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. And again, I'm just always so grateful for, I often tell Lolita, we met many years ago, working on a project together. And, it's really a blessing when a friendship blossoms
Mm.
from partnership. And, I really mean this from the bottom of my heart. I am successful because Lolita
Ah,
and her wisdom, her coaching, her friendship, and really just willing to be open, to not only our program and what we do, but also just lovingly giving her insight as to how we can improve, how we can be real change agents in the community. So, she truly is a rare gem. And like I say, my success is definitely because I am able to work so closely with her and her team.
I truly appreciate that. And Lolita Anderson, when God created you, whoo, he did something
I was like,
so.
I'm getting an Emmy award or something.
Yeah.
And you
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 are
deserve
the
that
Emmy
as well.
Award. You are.
You
But when
deserve.
God created you, Lolita, he outdid himself. He truly outdid himself because your heart is so huge, and just your gift for wanting to see people whole, wanting to
Yes.
see people happy, and not stressing. I'm going to say
Yes.
that,
Yeah.
not stressing. You
Yes.
know, I was just thinking about so much that has happened to the community within the past 3 years. I can't even think about any more years, guys. Just within the past
Hmm.
3 years, we've all had to do so much of readjusting.
And
We had
shifting.
to shift,
Yeah.
pivot, jump, leap,
Do a
fall.
cartwheel.
Some of us had to throw ourselves into the brick wall as
Hmm.
well. But you know what, ladies? We're still standing.
Yes.
Fantastic.
We are still standing, and we're still here. We are still here to help humanity. So let's talk about what's taking place. Lolita, your big heart. You have always been able to not only align yourself with other organizations that are doing great things in the community, but you have been able to help pull those who probably didn't even know that these gyms were available to them. Lolita, why are you this phenomenal woman? First thing, okay? And then second, how important it is to have the right relationships in order for you to get results, because you're a goal-driven person and results is what you do.
Now I appreciate that. God bless you. And I'm gonna give honor to God for real.
Yes.
Who's the head of my life. I have an awesome ministry that Carla knows. They've been there with Arise Church of Atlanta, and under Dr. Bishop Ken Banks, of course, the beautiful Pastor Diana. My children, my family, the Norris family, we appreciate you. I'm going to switch it because Carla has a limited amount of time. She has to be in another meeting. So if I may, Renee, I would love to be on the latter end of this
Yes.
because I know that I want to be mindful of Carla's time. And I just want to kind of plug in right there because that's why I'm great, because I have friends like you. I have friends like Carla. So, Carla, if you don't mind, Renee, I'd like to shift it to Carla
Absolutely.
so she can say what she's doing, how we're partnering, and just a snippet of what I'm doing because it's all because of her team and, believing in what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
Let me yield the mic.
Hmm.
Well, thank you, and I'm not gonna be too long. Hopefully, I get a opportunity to come back on your platform again, and then I can chat a little bit longer. But essentially, my name is Carla Wells, of course, and I am the director of housing and shelter programs here at the Nicholas House. We are housed in Atlanta, right across the street from the zoo. So we're located on Boulevard. That's kind of our hub. We have 4 anchor programs here at the Nicholas House. We are under new leadership. We have a new executive director. Her name is Janet Thomas. And so we have 4 anchor programs. So we have the shelter, And of course, the shelter is located here at Boulevard, where my office is located as well. And we can house up to 12 families. We are partnering with, of course, Partners for Home. And so all of our families are referred through HMIS. So we get referrals from Gateway primarily. And like I say, we can house up to 12 families. So at any given moment, we can have 65 individuals, adults and children. Nicholas House is a family-based social service agency. And what's very unique, I would say, about our shelter program is that we're able to house teenage males. I don't know if you guys are aware, but often it's very, very difficult to house teenage males because shelters won't accept it. And we could talk about why a little bit later. But we do believe in intact families. And so we can accept single parent, mother or father, or couples. But the criteria, as long as they have a minor child in the household at the time of application. Our shelter program is a 60-day program. Now, we all know of the housing crisis here in Atlanta and really around the nation. So we really work very, very closely. We have an amazing shelter case manager. Her name is Aisha King that just joined our team a couple of months back. And so we have individualized service programs and plans for each family because each family presents a unique set of challenges. But our goal is to transition them into permanent housing within 60 days, and all of them are eligible for a one-time extension. And I just want to kind of piggyback and highlight that's why it's so critical to have partnerships with people like Lolita Anderson, who is truly exhibits the compassion that is needed when you're working with families that experience so many challenges, but also understand from a business perspective how to align social services and business best practices. So it's a win-win for the landlords, the property managers, as well as the family, as well as the agency. And then moving right along, we have our housing stability. That program primarily assists all families that are facing evictions here in Atlanta. We just actually received some additional funding from DCA, woohoo. And so we can help families all over the state of Georgia. And so housing stability primarily focus on helping the family stay housed, essentially, with rent arrears assistance as well as utility. And then we have a permanent supportive housing program with partnership of HUD, located in DeKalb County. It's called New Horizons. And so we house 20 families in DeKalb County. And those families, they have to have a disability. One member of the family has to have a physical or mental health disability in order to qualify for that program. And like I say, that program is housed in DeKalb County. And last but not least, we have our rapid rehousing programs. So the rapid rehousing programs, we have families. Now those families have demonstrated that they are able to live independently and be able to absorb most of the rent. And the goal is we do offer a short-term rent subsidy, but the goal is to transition them off of the subsidy so they can be able to take full responsibility for their rent and utility.
Question for you, Carla.
Mhm.
With these individuals and families, is it just for mom and dads? Is it for single dads that may have children?
Yes.
Is there gender specific, specific?
Nope. Yep. It could be single dads, single moms, two dads, couple. Yes. As long as they're a minor child in the household at time of application, we welcome them. Now we do have a vetting process, of course, and which is required
Yes.
because we are really wanting um, to we want the families, of course, to receive the assistance, but more importantly, we're really focusing on long-term success.
Yep.
And Lolita and I have had thousands of conversations
Thousands.
about this, but it's more than just putting them in housing. The families that we're working with now are really presenting some very unique challenges and barriers. And so, as I have talked to Lolita about, and what we have kind of developed over the years, is to really understand what our roles are. You know, Lolita is rare in the sense where she really has a full understanding of social services and the type of work we do, how we intervene, and how we wrap our services around the families. But at the end of the day, she's a businesswoman. And so it's
We want to
really
reiterate
important.
that. but
It's
so but
really,
so are our developers, our partners. I'm at
yes,
one of the properties right now with Integral. And
yes,
I've been in partnership, Mrs. Stevens. I mean, her last name is different. I'm sorry, but they've been amazing partners because I understand the industry and agency perspective, and
correct.
so we can marry both of them. But however, we have to yield to both as well.
Absolutely.
With
Yeah,
barriers or whatever.
yeah,
Like that's what we were able to house so many. What a couple of years ago with individuals that were even veterans
right,
or families that had mortgages in Cobb County with Lydia
right,
Glaze and her team over there, United Way. So yeah, absolutely, the vetting is important because we'll miss people that may need immediate services versus
right.
someone who have been recidivistically coming through that process.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what we found, Renee, what is successful is when landlord, property manager, corporate, private, whomever, when we all sit down at the table and understand what the expectations are, including the client, it tends to be a win-win for everyone because everyone knows their roles, everyone knows their expectations. And speaking on behalf of the agencies, it's really critically important to always keep economics at the center when you're working with Lolita and her team in any corporate or private landlord. Because at the end of the day, they're not social workers and they shouldn't be expected to interact as a social worker to the client as well as a social service agency. And so
And see,
that's
I think
something.
with that, Carla, and I appreciate us having such a big heart, but I want to, delegate to who is appropriate, right?
Exactly.
Because I think even with a lot of agencies that I work with Atlanta Housing, with Georgia Housing, with DCA, with so many others throughout the Georgia area, what has been the focal point is the relationship that we've built over decades.
Right.
It's decades. And so when we're
Right.
having to deal with a 2 bedroom that we need 10 1 bedrooms because of our network of relationship.
Right.
I don't network with you, Carla, or Renee. We've been in covenant relationship. Or with Omega Realty, who, he has a lakeside front home that he's
Right.
open to doing a subsidy with. See, what we've done, I think, creatively together, even with the mayor's office, with the late Neonte Starling, God rest his soul, and Jonathan, everyone over there, is we've normalized program.
Right.
People who have programs don't mean anything that you have a support. Now let's
Right.
deal with you.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And, so just to kind of wrap things up, I have to jump off in a few
Okay.
minutes, but um, right now, Lolita and I are going to be working together. Like I say, we did receive some funding from DCA, some prevention funds. And again, prevention is to help families stay housed. So it's eviction kind of prevention assistance. And so, and this is what it's all about. It's about having those relationships and connections so we can make sure that we get the money to the people. It really unnerves me when I hear we're giving money back to the federal government, the state, or whomever. People need these funds, they deserve them. Again, it is a criteria, of course, you must adhere to. But I think when we all work together, we all shine and we elevate the community together as opposed to one sole individual, which is almost impossible to do anyway. But we all win together, and that's really what it's about. That's my personal philosophy. That's the Nicholas House philosophy. is that we want to collaborate, we want to work, we want to expand our partnerships, so we can make a greater, impact. Are we doing a good job? Great. Yes, but we can be greater. And so that's what it's all about.
Well, Carla, you definitely poured in so many different types of programs, and I'm happy to hear that we truly want to make sure we keep our families intact. We want to keep our families whole, whether you're single, whether you're married. I gather it is not guaranteed, but it is a requirement that you have a child in the household. So then that way we can truly do what we need to do in regard to supporting the family, because that's the piece right there, family.
Right.
And I'm so happy to hear. I think there's about maybe 7 different programs that you poured in. Could be a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
And
at
see,
least we have
I want to say one thing for Carla Lee's family component, guys, is two. You may have a grandma, you may not be the birth parent. Is that right, Carla?
That is true.
You may not be the
Yes.
birth parent, but you have
Yes.
your nephew, you have your sister's kids, or whatever the situation is. And it's we want to target professionals. It's a lot of professionals and other persons to need different support, right? Respectfully, we want to help us help you too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good point. Very true. Yes.
Yeah. Well, Carla, we just
Yeah.
want to say thank you for everything that you do with the
Yes.
Nicholas House. It's been an honor to have you here. And of course, anybody that need to follow up, I gather they'll go through Lolita's agency. So therefore, we can keep everything organized. And we just want you have so much gratitude for your gracious time. Those G's was getting in the way. Okay.
No, thank you guys. And again, it was such a wonderful opportunity. You guys are doing amazing work. So it's just an honor to be again on your platform, and hopefully we can do this again soon.
We will.
Thank you, Carl. I've been waiting for us to run the stage like this, and we did, baby.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye
All
bye.
right, I'll see you at
Thank you
2:30.
so very much, Carla.
Bye bye.
Alrighty. And there you have it, guys. What we're going to do, we're going to give ourselves a little bit of a break. We'll come right back after this commercial break. And what we're going to do, we're going to continue on speaking to the amazing Miss Lolita Anderson. She's going to go into a little bit more deeper dive with this program so you guys can understand exactly what to be expected. And then she'll also be able to provide some insight for you with some of the projects that she's working on as well, right when we come back from this. And we are back, guys. Let's give it up again for Miss Carla Wells. Carla, working alongside with the Nicholas House, not only is it important for us to really have these great conversations, because we just don't know where it relates to housing and funding And certain people right now, they're in need of that. And we don't want anyone to go without. So what I'm going to do right now, guys, not only are we going to do a deeper conversation with Lolita Anderson, she's going to give us all the extra, as I said, juicy points in regarding to how this absolutely work, and her being that catalyst, she's going to give us a lot more insight on her role working alongside with, this is just one of her companies, Lolita Anderson. She is the founder of LA Properties, and truly a sought after management company that's been here in the Atlanta, Georgia area for years. I would say a decade easily. And she brings about not only bringing about quality relationships, but she is so dedicated in providing the right type of quality services, as well as making sure that not only the customer, her clients, as well as, you know, new relationships are taken care of. She's all about customer service as well. Our very own Lolita Anderson again.
Woo
And
woo!
beautiful. Woo woo. Can I get a woo woo?
Can I get a woo woo?
Oh my goodness. I mean, you, and I was hearing Carla, she was just spitting all types of fire out of her mouth.
I would say, where's that person at?
I know, right? But no, it's just so wonderful in regard to what it is that you all are doing. So,
Yes.
Lolita, how long have you been in your field where it relates to bridging the gap with housing alongside with different agencies,
Yeah.
as well as, you know, different commercial properties? How long have you been in this field?
I have been in this field over 2 decades.
2 decades.
Over
You
2
must have
decades.
started when you were 10.
I was 10, and actually I worked for, and I always say it because it's true, I worked for the Ritz-Carlton Corporation. And we just met iron with that. And, you know, of course, the fashion world, a plus model with Ebony Fashion Fair to always make sure you know how to present yourself on that stage. And of course, the Ritz-Carlton that gave me that other genie sequoia, and we're not even going to talk about ministry, what that does deep down inside of you, right?
Well, we got a surprise for you. Okay, when you talk about that whole Ritz-Carlton, that's a name. It's a pillar.
Oh, it's a brand. It's a brand.
Right?
Yeah.
So we actually been talking to one of our clients that's all the way, you know how I like that oil that's over on the other world. And looking at the Ritz-Carlton in Saudi Arabia.
No.
Yes.
Ritz-Carlton, Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
See, I'm sure they need someone for corporate relations there while we're there, you know. I'll just say. Wow.
And two, oh my goodness, I've never seen anything so breathtaking before.
Well, you were just in Dubai with 10 parties, but we're not going to talk about that because I wasn't there.
Well, this has nothing. I mean, honestly, I've never seen anything quite spectacular. So we already know what that means. You're an 8-star luxury brand, maybe a 10-star luxury brand.
I have my pearls on. I
love it. I know. We're so used to seeing you with your flower. That's always like her signature.
We just changing it. So you're not having the same similar jewelry.
Do we?
Because you having a pin like I have a pin.
Actually, this is a necklace straight from Africa.
Oh, that is I remember. Oh, it's beautiful.
It's actually straight from Africa. Yes.
I got it back. I didn't get a piece like that, but it's okay.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. We just have to go back to Africa.
We have to go back to Africa. That's the truth. That's exactly what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt my whole heritage. I wanted to put something on. Even like my bracelets are also.
I got some pearls.
Yes, you got the pearls on today. We both have on like our black and white. So definitely wanted to give the authentic feel today. And I was like, you know what? No earrings either. We got to change it up sometimes, right?
No earrings.
Well, you still look fabulous. You know, we
love fashion. And thank you for having Carla on today. That was phenomenal.
Talk about it. So
that was so phenomenal.
Let's talk about your relationship with Carla. Let's talk about your relationship also with some of the other agencies and how people can get in contact with you, because that could be a piece that is needed as well. So share with us, why is it important for us to be able to extend, as I said, that olive branch? Because right now, that's what we're doing, right? Extending an olive branch to whoever may need it.
Well, of course, you can meet me at meetlolitaanderson.com, and that takes you right to my digital card which is a phenomenal way to do business. It's really swanky. I like it. But I have a unique space that I'm able to serve a lot of different audiences. And it really just comes to you. And I think destiny does. I think your journey gets you to the process that gets you to the now. And the now for me is no other way. For real, there's no other way but to win, because I'm always saying it, because champions win on purpose. I really believe that. So I have a dear partner who said, well, I always say that, because it's not, don't nobody know the trouble I've seen. You don't. But the thing is, when a champion wins, he's not running, or she's not running like Serena Venus across the finish line, all dialed up like that. You're sweating, and you really put your heart into doing what you do. And when you're able to surround yourself with a community of people that are here to serve others as well as themselves, and owners throughout the 2 decades or so have had grace with me, because I started off with Julian LaCroix, Lane Company, Taurine Cummings, and I will always appreciate her and her team, who really put me on the map with the unique housing. And the relationship piece was so important. But what I've learned from that, even as a person who works with a few owners out of New York City, that has Bimbo Investing Group, she is a phenomenal owner, and I have the pleasure of working with us women in business, and that's always unique, because we do what we do out here, and to have a voice that you can speak to masses, because I represent about 200 owners at one time. If we counted them all up, it's probably more than that. But what?
Oh, unmute.
I'm sorry. What those relationships has garnered for us is an opportunity to do unique housing. Had it not been for developers and other investors that I work and partner with, I say it all the time, Innovating Vibe, Kendrick Smith, Omega Real Estate, Bimbo Investing, Integral, is so many others, and private owners, BNS too. We have to make mention when you have an opportunity to do that, because with the unique housing, you have, like we were talking earlier, mental health crisis is very serious. And working with a unique housing platform with the case management, I have the pleasure of working with even Lydia Glaze with her platform to what she wants to and what she is doing in the community for individuals and families that are dealing with different areas of crisis. And so that's when you call me. Now, when you call me, I'm on a back phone with several other people. That's how it works. So even today, I'm so grateful to be with Carla and Nicholas' house, because we all started, this thing almost together. And we've had some crash and burns with individuals that have to really graduate to me and graduate to different relationships. All that means is you may need other services that I want you to yield to, because Atlanta is offering those services to you. Yield to the process, because then you'll graduate to me, because this is what you'll get. Check out my website, you'll see. And that is the real products that I offer. It don't matter if you make $10 a year or you make $10 million a year. I'm still going to show up with my flower, a pen, and a beautiful smile, because we're here to serve you. We really are. And we are subject matter experts in what we do. And we have learned through the process. People have had grace, and we've had grace with individuals that may have to have different housing options, okay? So again, with relationships and programs, because we come from a unique professional background, before COVID, right at COVID, we were able to serve, and I think in a tune of over $100,000, that we were able to touch different Midtown properties and individuals that were teachers, that were, different careers, that they just took a dive because of, unfortunately, of COVID. The other thing that happened, which is amazing, is because we were unique thinkers in this space of what we do. Because of that, when the thick of COVID came, we were able to partner. We had the opportunity with Wellstar, but my conversation with the partners was, let's work with subsidy in this unique opportunity, right? We were full and was fully occupied and leased with a wait list because of College Park, because of DCA housing, because of East Point and Fulton, and of course, Georgia Housing and Viewpoint, and of course, Atlanta Housing. Atlanta Housing, really, they're phenomenal in their systems and their operations. They are. and they're gracious to developers and me and Marquetta and others who are out here when they need us or other opportunities. So when you have your systems down, I've learned that even as a property manager, I have to have systems and operations to how you do things. That's the business part, right? That Carla was talking about, because you have to see how is this profiting, because we can certainly help the downtrodden, the poor, if we're not poor. If I have enough that I can share, how much more is that going to help other families? And I'm really serious about that. Even as a community, even the police force, people know my daughter Nadia and my amazing son-in-law Leonard. They both served as security forces. Well, I think Nadia was security forces. Her husband is in a different area of business. And of course, my daughter Kiera is in property management with me. So she's making different moves out here. She's able to see it, experience it, and it is a really unique platform out here that I believe we can continue thriving our communities with. And I appreciate all of my developers who, people really don't realize when we're dealing with subsidy, we don't get paid until 30 days later, y'all. Really. So, we appreciate being able to have grace with that wait period, even with subsidies. So I hope I answered a lot of questions, but if
You
anybody
answered a lot of questions, and
inbox me.
yes, she did. You answered a lot of questions, and she definitely said you have to make sure that you take care of yourself in the process, guys, because you can't deplete yourself. You cannot deplete yourself with so much that's going on. I think that's what has happened along the way also, Lolita. Sometimes we give, but if we're not really refilling and
Yes.
refilling, that's it, refilling that tank, we're just going to be
Self-care. You have to self-care, Renee.
self-care.
But see, I'm
Self-care
gonna
is
tell somebody, if you
self-respect.
self-care
Can
with
someone put
Renee
that in the
Knorr.
chat? Self-care is self-respect. Self-care
Mm.
is truly
Yes,
self-respect.
it is.
And as a business owner, stop paying everybody you got to start paying yourself first. You have to pay yourself first, because at the end of the day, you still have to do what? You have to live.
You have to
You
eat.
have to live. Huh?
And you have to eat.
And you got to
You
eat.
gotta eat too. You
You're right. You have to eat. You truly have to eat. Some people think it's, and I learned the hard way. And I say this, in the process, we like to give of ourselves all the time. We like to give ourselves all the time. But when you are depleted and you cannot be able to resurface or repair yourself, guys, that's going to be a hard situation for you in your journey. And that's something that we want to prevent. So not only we're grateful to have Lolita Anderson as one of our chairwomen with GW3 Global Society, we're also grateful to be able to help those who are in need right now. Whether you are in a transit situation, whether you need help with funding with your homes, or even need help with apartment, or whatever the case may be. Of course, some of the opportunities that Carla shared with us, you want to definitely be a parent. That's the first thing. You want to be a parent, and you have to have a child that's living with you in the home. In addition to that, you want to make sure that you understand that the purpose behind this. We want you to be whole. Don't hold back when you have agencies that want to help you during this process. I know a lot of people have a lot of pride and they don't like telling people their business, and I truly get it, truly do get it. But guys, this is the time that there's money that's available that they really want to help to restore, repair, and replenish you. So even if you may not have the direct need, and someone else in the community, we're in the DeKalb County alongside with Fulton County in the Atlanta area, even over in Georgia within those different footprints, Fulton County, DeKalb County. I don't think she said Cobb County, but at least in those areas, if you know someone that needs assistance, please, guys, not only do you want to go ahead on and send a message over to meetlolitaanderson.com, you want to go ahead on and do it immediately, guys. We want to make sure that we can use up all of these funds that's available, because the last thing you want to do when you get a grant, let's just say you get a grant for $2 million, and they really want to see you use up this entire grant, and you have to give the money back, guys. That's no fun. They really want to make sure that they can exhaust these funds, so therefore they can get it off to someone who needs it. We already seen so many people that have been hurting because of just maybe $500 extra. I mean, $500 extra a month could go a long way. So truly, they're helping not only with your housing, but they're also helping with some of your electricity bills, alongside with some of those, some of your, I think she mentioned gas bill as well. But what we will do, we'll get a confirmation in regard to those items. But I know for sure they do have some assistance in that area as well, to help these families get the security that they need, as well as to get that support. So if you're in the Atlanta area, if you're in the Fulton County, or if you're in the DeKalb County, or if you know someone in the Fulton County or in the DeKalb County that may be going through some hardship that's temporarily, that may need some assistance. And what I did love, what I heard, they also have help for our young men. Our young men. I know we were at the Covenant House. That's where we usually do some nonprofit activity there, whether we bring in clothes for the youth over there. There's also assistance for our young men as well. Guys, we want to make sure that we're doing our part with the Global Women Wealth Warriors, thanks to our very own Lolita Anderson, as well as her efforts of being able to bridge this gap throughout these different agencies that she works alongside with. But what I love so much about Lolita Anderson, she's gonna make things happen. She knows she's like a superwoman, a superhero. She's going with her cape from in the house. She's in the car. Next thing you know, she's gonna be on a plane, and then next from there, she's gonna be on the jet. But she's still making sure things are happening. How are you doing, superstar?
Hey, thank you so much. I dropped signal out there, so I know for sure I have signal in my car. So I'm gonna come out
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
And you're gonna see, I'm actually heading to Nicholas' house.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a lot of great information, Renee. I'm so excited about this because I promise you, just the righteous has never been forsaken or a seed begging for bread. Not when us as believers are in marketplace, the GW3 are in marketplace, and we're
Yes.
out here because I mean it's like being your friend around the corner. As soon as you get a hookup, you call your friends.
That's
That's
right.
really what the network you do. You call your friends
That's what you're
and keep
supposed to
friends
do.
together. That's what
You're
you're supposed
supposed
to
to do
do.
that. That's right.
Yeah. Because I
Yeah.
want people to feel okay if you need something. That's the thing too. If you need help, I
Yeah.
don't know if a tree fell in the woods if I saw it or not. Did I see it or did not? Did it make a
Right.
sound? So I don't know if I don't, and I'm trying to be funny too, and because I want people to disarm, so we can serve you better. How can I serve you better?
Right.
And I can do that if I know that your foot is really hurting. So why am I trying to jog around the block? I need a chair.
Guys, do you hear what we're saying? Listen to the words that's coming out of my mouth. Stop scrolling if you're on Facebook.
Yep.
Stop going from one room to the other if you're on the clubhouse. If you need help, if
Yep.
you need funding, if your housing is in an influx, it's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
It's
This
okay.
is the time for you to get help. It's all right.
Yep.
Don't have any pride. Don't hold on to the pride.
Mm-hmm.
Then lo and behold, you get kicked out. If you got an
Yeah.
eviction notice,
I'm glad
please.
you said that. I'm glad you
Yes.
said that because that's what it is, y'all. It's not just this. It's called prevention. It's because that's exactly what it is. We're trying to prevent. Because I want to say this on the property management, and all my property managers who's listened to me, who I had the pleasure to serve with, concur, yay or nay. But when we put the notice on the door, that's just me and you having a conversation.
Right.
The minute it turns into a dispossessory, and they file in the courthouse, that's a public record. And see, people who are doing real deep dive vetting and stuff in rentals, those public records can show. That's
Mhm.
what it is. And so I don't want to get to that point. I really don't, because I know things happen. I know sometimes, you might shift in hours. I mean, God, look at what happened with COVID, right? Even after, people were dealing with a lot of different unique things, but that's
Yeah.
why we're unique, So if I look friendly, right?
You
I'm not
look
gonna hurt
beautiful.
you.
You
So,
look.
let
We
us serve
we
you.
all go through it, and it's
Yep.
okay. It's okay. I feel as if, and that's one of the things. That's why they have these outlets. They don't
Hmm.
have these outlets because you're not going through something. They have
Right.
these
That's a good
outlets
point.
to help you
That's a very good point.
while you go through it.
Hmm.
Don't hold back and say, well, I could do it, and you really can't.
Or save it for somebody else. You are the somebody else.
You are the somebody else. We're
You are
talking to
somebody
you.
else.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't want to. You know, because it's other people out here who need help. You are the other people who need some
Right.
help.
Because we
It's
always
okay
want
to
to give
serve. Yeah,
help to other people, but we don't
yeah.
realize we are the ones that need the help for today.
We the people.
Yes, we are the people.
Renee, how do they think I know? Because when you went through this thing called life, I didn't know anything about it's the Cab Cooperative Ministries is what it was, and that was the first time I ever received any type of thing because the property management company, and this happened. This was Glenda who was working right there at Kingston Station, and I was there going through a divorce. It's okay, life happens seriously because both people are well and we're good. But the thing is, when you need it, the office told me because someone having resources. Next thing I know, I didn't got 2-3 months paid ahead. What was in the rears, and then they said to me, Lolita, we need a leasing consultant in the office. Now here's birth Lolita, and here we are at LA Properties who are able to come back really with a very clear mind and a perspective about people who need help. Maybe they don't look quite like this, right? Or maybe we do. But at the end of the day, we're here for you. I don't want to be rhyming, but it's the truth. We're here for you, and I want us to reciprocally do that with each other in the community. Let's disarm ourselves for putting our fangs in when people are really gracious and giving their resources to another. Okay, and we know what that means because for them, for a Nicholas House to reach out, this wasn't me in some role that wasn't.
We know Lolita. There she is. Go ahead. You said.
No, I'm sorry, this was me um reaching out. And so that because someone recognized, and I keep speaking really to professionals out there that your husband or your spouse may have had shift in income. Don't mean mug that person. Call me. The wife. You call me, okay? And if you have a child in the house, your income or lack of income is just that. The resources are here. You know what I mean? The resources are here. Then all of a sudden, everybody feels the relief. Like, man, the community is really helping each other. Yes, we are. You know what I mean? Mayor Andre and his team and everybody, we are here. United Way is so many others. DCA is different. And I know people have experienced DCA a little differently and may have experienced it a little cyclical. That's my new favorite word, which means it seems to do like that. And it wasn't quite sticking. This is why now you have a person with their feet on the ground, as you say, Renee. Their feet
Yeah.
are on the ground here. And then they connecting with whose ears are on the ground and eyes that I can see.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, let me call Renee. I promise that's how it happened, y'all, for real. I said, let's make it a live announcement so
Yes.
people can come to my property. I think we're going to have it at my other big property, but, we have to have refreshments. So y'all, we have to come with refreshments. But however that goes, I'm going to be very sure on what you need. I'm going to be very sure about that. One thing I don't need, and people who are giving subsidies to individuals, what I don't need is an application fee.
Mhm.
No one's going to ask you for that. Okay. I'm not how many people I get is it's not like that. I'm here to serve you because it helps us. If you are behind 1 month and your rent is $1,000, did you pay the 1,000? Okay, we don't have to sit with any kind of what's the word condensation,
Mhm.
condemnation. There's no
Condemnation.
condemnation because you may need just a little bit of help. I need help.
Yeah. We
You know what I
all
mean? So, yeah, we
we
all need
all
help.
need
So
help. We all need help. Dr. Lolita is going in and out because, of course, with there she is.
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, with the subsidy programs and individuals who may qualify, the qualifiers are more than likely because they do have exceptions for people who need deposit assistance. That's different. That's a different pot of money, um, because it's also Partners for Home doing that. But if you are a person who has a child, and the child again could be, you're keeping your sister, you're the older sister, you're the grandma, uncle, aunt that has a minor child that is in your household. We just need those documentation to show legitimately that that's what it is, right? Your ID and checks, so you may have just started a job and you got behind. See, that makes sense. If you just started a job, that means you didn't have a job for a significant amount of time. I just need your offer letter or something like that that validates, hey, once we help you for 3 months or 6 months, you're going to be okay. And then we can continue doing this.
You know, guys, that would not only help with reassurance, that would truly help with releasing the stress off of your
Hmm.
shoulders, guys. And so, listen to what we're saying. We really want you to be honest with yourself right now. You know, there's so many people that are not here today because of stress,
Yes. Yeah.
because of just that mental abuse that they're doing to themselves. Today, if you need help with housing, if you need help with your electricity bill, if you need help with even your water bill, let us know. Let us know. And if we may not have this particular agency, Lolita's
But
already
well,
shared.
wait a minute now. With electricity, that's going to be FACA. That's Fulton
Okay.
Action. I mean, Fulton County Action Authority, or Fulton
Yes.
County Community. That was with the prior Miss Joyce Dorsey, and I understand that Mr. Dr. Grant is now
Okay.
leading the pack with FACA. Okay,
Okay.
so FACA helps seniors with, and you can find it, I believe, on 211. But FACA helps with the electricity bill and your gas bill.
Okay.
So yeah.
We have options. You know, most times we just need to have awareness. We just need to have access.
Hmm.
That's really what it's about, access. So what we're working towards is not only giving you access, we're giving you someone who cares about your safety, your well-being, and we want to make sure we can put you in position to get a response sooner than later. I know, you
Yes.
know, it's interesting that you're saying this because I was literally going to the store
Hmm.
and the guy was like, you know, I just received an eviction notice and I just need some work. I just need some
Hmm.
work. And you know what? Now maybe this could give him an option. You know, I'm not sure if you're hitting all the different counties. I know for sure you
Yeah.
did.
Now DCA. This, and again, for individuals who had a different experience, people are smart. If this is not their way and their business model, DCA is brilliant in bringing on people that know how to execute this process, right?
Okay.
And I'm not the Lone Ranger. That's why I'm hooking on, because now I done called several major players that are able to help their properties, which is helping individuals,
Yes.
right? So DCA covers the entire state of Georgia. That's Department of Community Affairs, okay? And it incorporates the entire state of Georgia. So if
Mm,
you're designated, you have different hubs, and different areas. So if somebody comes here from Savannah that needs assistance, and they come and give them what they need at Nicholas House, then that way we can help, because you're in Savannah, Georgia. They're just proper into Savannah. So yes, this particular grant is for the state of Georgia. That's what I
okay.
understand. So, but I'm gonna get all those details at
Right.
our meeting, and I'm gonna put maybe some hot points on my website, which is LA Properties and Consulting. And you have a page on there that says COVID relief, but this is not specific for COVID, which is really unique too, because we're not having to show the COVID verifications, all that. So that's why this is even better than before, because it's able to be very inclusive of almost everyone.
Just loving it. Well, you know,
Yes.
Lolita, we just want to say thank you for everything that you
Oh
have
yeah.
done for, you know, being able to be the olive branch for the community, not only here in Georgia, but also you're the community. You're like in several different pockets of different communities as
Yeah.
well. And we just want to make sure that we can help with reassurance alongside with helping to save more families, keeping them together. That's the key right there. You know, we don't want to have anybody, if we can help it, out on the street. So please get
Hmm.
in contact with us immediately. Get in
Yeah,
contact.
and people who have people that are really out and they're homeless.
Yes.
People are going through different transitions with that. I mean, my car is full right now because my house flooded, and they're
Hmm.
still working on my home, and we're able to make transition with that. It's okay.
Right.
We keep it moving. But if they have loved ones that are out there, if the temperatures go down, I believe it's below 30 degrees, they have
Yes.
warming stations throughout Atlanta.
Mm.
You've donated clothes. A lot of people have contributed to that. So that's just one thing, because everybody's in different places with that. That is not my area of expertise as being, the person who knows where they drop off and all that. But I do know that they exist throughout the metro area here in Atlanta.
Well, we're just so grateful
Yeah.
to have you,
Yeah.
our very own mayor with
Thank
GW3 Global
you.
Society. Thank you. Thank you again for bringing Miss Carla Wells to the
Oh yeah.
Carla Wells
Mm-hmm.
from the from the Nicholas House.
Yeah.
And then also just for your knowledge and your wisdom, Lolita, is there anything that you'd like to share with the viewers for today? Today it's been a gratitude Tuesday, how we're showing up in the community, how we're helping to restore these families and truly providing them with funds so therefore they can win and they can keep some of their housing intact, but also their minds intact as
Mhm.
well. What would you like to leave the viewers with today with words of wisdom? Please take it away.
Well,
Um, unmute.
thank you very much. So, what I would like to leave with everyone, really in the community, as I'm on both sides of marketplace and as well as ministry, and that helps us because we're in the world and we're helping the world, and the world is helping us too, because it really serves me well when people are thriving. It really does. I would like people to know that the resources are here for you, whether it's mental health, whether it's physical health, or if it's financial, and or if it's spiritual. Um, we're here in the community. All I ask people to do is, when you have people like the Hope Atlanta that needs a lot of different information, and I'm not plugging. These are just individuals that I have the opportunity to partner with. The vetting process is so critical, because if I'm talking to you, for example, and I say, hey, how did you land here, that's talking to a lot of different things. Because if you need help with daycare, and you say I transferred here from Savannah, I mean, hey, there's a program called CAPS. Are you a part? You know anything about that? Well, no, never knew about CAPS. That's why I'm asking. I'm not asking, and people are not vetting like that. It's to better serve the situation, so you're not just sitting here not getting an answer. So that's what I would like to, be patient with the process. Be patient with us community leaders and servant leaders, with everything. If you are needing the real service that you need, allow the service providers to do what they do best, which is help you, because they help us too. Okay, I think that's it for me, because we're champions winning on purpose, because champions win on purpose, and I want us as professional communities out there, whatever that you're a teacher, fireman, doctor, whatever, and you need some assistance. You have a mortgage. I'm going to find out if we handle mortgage. I know Cobb County does. Okay,
Mhm.
Cobb does. They work with people with mortgages. So and they work really quick and fast. So that's what I love about it. And
I
that's
love.
it for me.
Well, keep this in mind, guys. It doesn't matter. If you need assistance, let us know. If you need assistance, let us know.
Yeah.
Whether you need assistance with gas, you need assistance with water, you need assistance with your electricity, even if you need assistance with your phone bill, just let us know. Just let us know, guys, because that right there, now we can not only help you to manifest other opportunities, but you just never know other access that's available to you, other resources that's available to you. So truly, guys, if you know somebody that's going around that's not whole, let us see what we can do. All right, please, let's do that. Well, Lolita Anderson, the Global Women Wealth Force GW3 live
Yeah.
today, lunch and soar was a true
Yeah.
special experience. It really was. Thank you again for bringing Miss Carla
Oh
Wells
yeah.
here from the amazing house of the Nicholas House.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. And then just keep on doing what you do. We love you. It's been
As
truly
well.
transformational. All right.
Appreciate you, Renee Knorr. I love you, and this is always
Yeah.
amazing. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. And guys, we're going to be not only signing out for today, we're going to continue on. Sorry about that. We're going to continue on being going right back into the clubhouse. We're going to close out this segment because, of course, it's all about Gratitude Tuesday. It's about how we are showing up, being able to make a difference in the community. You just never know who life you can save. Our ultimate goal is just to keep on pointing right back into saving at least one life every day. And we'd like to thank you guys so much for joining us here. And we look forward to seeing you on the other side of your greatness. And until then, keep your shoulders back and your head up. Why? Because the world needs another game changer, and that game changer is you. Thank you so very much.